Good day everyone, my name is Rochelle Alexander. I'm the principal and the founder of Little Sunshine Daycare Preschool. I started my daycare in 2007 and it wasn't easy. It was very difficult to start my center. The requirements, they ask a lot of requirements. So people, please, principals out there, managers, that are running ECDs and are not registered, please follow protocol and get your center registered. You go to environmental health in your area, and then you tell them that you have a center and they must come and check if you have all the requirements. They will give you a list with all the requirements and they will come out and check your place out. They will come and check the rooms. Is there enough windows? Is there doors? The toilets, the kitchen, and then they will give you a certificate if you comply, if you have all the requirements. And after that, you go to building control. You draw up your building plan, you submitted your building control, and you apply for consent use. You must have consent use to run your ECD center. Then you get your building control, your building plan, you get it stamped. It takes money, it takes time, and it takes very long. I remember with me, it was very difficult. It was really difficult. I built my center in my backyard, and the space wasn't big enough, but I built the 3 classrooms. I have the kitchen, and I got a certificate from environmental health. I went to building control, I applied for consent, and it costs money. It really costs money. And I applied for, I was get someone, engineer, to come out and draw up my building plan, and I submitted it. And it was declined because I had built on all my boundaries. And you know, I just felt so tired of running up and down to get all the requirements that was needed. And I remember it was before COVID. Yeah, it was before COVID. I went to the department, and because I had built on the boundaries, the building inspector told me that I have to break all the rooms off, or I must pay 50,000 rand, and that is not guaranteed to get the building control stamped on. My heart was so sore. That day I cried. I really cried. I was in the lift and I cried. The social worker didn't even know how to comfort me. The people, maybe they thought someone died, but I cried that day. My husband was in the car and he didn't even know how to comfort me as well. He was holding my hand, he was talking to me, but I couldn't stop crying. I went home, I just went in my room and I prayed and cried, but I did. And you know what, and I said to myself, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna leave it like that. I'm just gonna run my center, not registered. It's fine. I was really exhausted. I was exhausted of popping up this money, exhausted of running up and down, going to town, going to the inspectors. I have my NPO, I have my environmental health certificate, but I have my consent, but I struggled with building control. And then COVID hit us. We were at home, we were in lockdown. And if I can remember correctly, when we opened, I think we opened in September. And remember when it's COVID, all the people didn't send the children back. The parents were scared. And we didn't have a lot of children. And one of the other principals, she went through the similar thing that I went through. And she was really saying to me, come in, let's do this, let's do it. And she found someone that can give us the building material on a reasonable price, and we found a builder, and then I start breaking off. I break off. And I started doing the right thing, what they want us to do. And So when I break off, my place was smaller. So the amount that they gave me, I couldn't have that amount anymore. And then I was running the center. After that, we were having the center. We didn't have those 3 classrooms anymore. We have now 2 classrooms. And it was difficult because the children were getting more and we don't have space. And it was just this one year, my husband said, let us move out of the house and make this house, the whole house, the crèche. Like I'm telling you, it's a process. It is not easy. And if you don't have the capital, it is more difficult to run your ECD center. And then we decided to rent a place in Annabelle, and while we're running the center and doing whatever we have to do. And then I think it was 2023, my mother asked us to come and stay with her, and we went to move in with my mother. And we didn't have to pay rent anymore, so that money could do something at the crèche, to get us compliant. So people, please, if you have an ECD center, if you run an ECD center, do the right thing. Because if something happened at your center, environmental health will say, I don't know this person. They are not registered with us. The Department of Education will say, I don't know you. They are not registered. So if you have all those requirements, then you are safe. And you can apply for funding that will also help you to do whatever you have to do. When you have your environmental health certificate, when you have your NPO, when you have your consent use, when you have your building plan and it's a proof stamp on, then you take all those documents, then you go to the Department of Education, then you tell them, I have a daycare and I want to register my daycare. Then after that, they will send out a social worker to come to your place and to check your place out. And if you are compliant, they will submit you with issue you with a certificate from the Department of Education. If you can take 30 children, the certificate will take 30 children. Your environmental health certificate you will have a certificate for the kitchen, and you will have the certificate for the amount of children that you can have at your center.